Hello, my creative collective. This is your Libra full moon reading for you, Libra. You are the namesake of the full moon. So you might find that your energy, this light has been like, do I want to work or do I not? Do I want to work or do I not? Psych. Um, if so, your energy might be a little bit more activated during this full moon. And it could be activated in a myriad ways, but we'll dive into precisely what that looks like for you, okay? So let's do this. So I would like to invite the angels, my spirit guides, my guardian angels, protectors, teachers, and their healing energy to this space. And I ask that it is a safe space that allows for the fullest expression of our light, humanity, ascension, and healing. Okay. I'm gonna pull from the Golden Tarot first, which is the Rider-Waite, but with a fancy little foil. Woo, woo, woo. It looks so nice. I like it. I don't know what the sound effects are about, but you're welcome. So, Spirit, can I get some messages for Libra for this Libra full moon happening on April 19th? Or 16th, April 19th is Taurus season. Lovers. So Gemini card came out. Mercury energy here. Some Mercury energy. Yeah. Okay. A lot of Empress energy coming out in these readings, which leads me to believe a little bit that some Taurian energy might be at work with the April 19th going into Taurus season. The reason being is that this is ruler. So this is Venus energy, which is ruler of the 2nd and 7th house with Libra and Taurus. What I'm seeing for this full moon for you, my wonderful Libra, is so I'm reading this as sort of a choice. You're kind of undecided. So the Lovers and the Two of Wands, you're undecided, but in a way, like you're looking towards this choice that you have to make, and you're really not sure. Again, an element of like you feel like the world is in your hands. You feel like you have the world in the palm of your hands, but there's something that you're still not sure about, or that you're integrating, or that you're in, you're planning for. This could be a choice that you see coming that you know that you'll have to make. I'm thinking it might be related to work and collaborations more than anything, although this can just be creative work in general. Co-creation, I just heard. This could be... I think I'm almost hearing that there's like a balance in the way that you've worked with people in the past in terms of the Five of Swords and Six of Pentacles, like give and take. Like this is, like this almost strikes me as like an equal give and take. An equal give and take where previously it may have been more giving, right? There may have been more giving, or it could have been that people have taken more from your energy in ways that did not feel really balanced to you. But I'm getting that this is your energy towards this Libra full moon, right? Like this is the energy that you're stepping into, which is really grounded. And this is giving, but giving in a higher octave, I think. This is giving of yourself without depleting yourself. And this is giving because your reserves are full too, right? Like the reserves of energy that you have, you've been tending to them and caring for them, Libra. So I'm getting that there's this way that you're kind of... This could also be that you're bringing in love, right? I mean, the Lover's card is a choice, but let's be real here. Like, it almost looks like you're looking at it and you're like, yes, I'm planning to fit this into my world. And it's like, it's not just a matter of, like thinking about what it would feel like to have some, like having a drawer for somebody or having space in a closet, or like when you go out to a restaurant, imagining what it would feel like to sit with someone at that restaurant and have a conversation. What would you talk about? What would that feel like? Right? Like all of these things, 444 on the time. But it's almost like you're planning for it. You're planning for it. And I think it's going to feel more like you're creating together is what I'm getting. This this choice, this kind of relationship or love that you're drawing towards you is about balance, but it's also about something that you might be working on something together. There could be a way that it's like a creative collaboration in the relationship, which might be new, because if you're used to overgiving, right? If you're used to overgiving, it's really hard to step into this Empress energy confidently, because it's not, when you're with people in relationship where you're the one who's constantly giving, there's sometimes a sense of, doing everything yourself, right? So it's hard to feel like you're collaborating with a partner on relationship if you're doing all of the emotional heavy lifting, or if you're doing all of the work otherwise. So it could be that this is something that's like a bit new for you, and this is sort of the energy that you bring to relationships, and it's standing confidently in this Empress energy and giving. When the urge to overgive comes up, just remembering that it's not manifesting from your highest and best good. All right, let's dive into this. I'm going to clarify with the traditional Rider Waite. Spirit, what do you have for me on this Lover's card for Libra? Temperance, so Sag, so Gemini and Sag energy here. I think this is also probably balanced communication too. Like, there's a lot of balance coming in this Libra full moon for you, Libra. Obviously, I mean, that's the nature of your sign, right? But what I'm getting, and not balance as in that's inherent to you, but it's like seeking balance. And I feel like there's a balanced communication that you need to, or a balanced approach to communication that's really going to be healing for you. And that's going to allow you to expand into this temperance, this Sagittarian Jupiter energy, right? I just heard luck is on your side. Luck is on your side. More Empress. Oh, wow. Okay, so I think that's really, that confirms for me that that's what does it. That's what gets you into that confident place. The light just went out again. That's what pulls you into this Empress energy. I feel like you're not, it's not something that you just like drop into unceremoniously. I think that there's like a way that you activate this Empress energy within you. And I think it does have to do with more balanced communication. It could also be the way that you're handling the information coming to you, right? And there's choices that you have to make about how you choose to integrate that. How are you integrating that information? Is it in your best good? Is it in balance? Is there an imbalance? You know, what's the real deal here? Oh my gosh, this light. I would like to think that the tarot cards are the star of the show, but I'm not so sure. I think it's more the light this time. Spirit, can I get some more messages, some clarification on this Lover's card, please, for Libra? Yeah. Maybe you felt like you had to walk away from this Empress energy in the past, this Empress part of yourself, in order to have balance in relationship and just in like a sense of, I want to say like how you had to be in relationships. Yeah. And I feel like it may have drawn from your energy in ways that depleted you, right? But I think that there's reason for hope though. I think that there's reason for hope because this Two of Wands is kind of the planning energy that I see. It's sort of like building a vision board. And then, then there's the Knight of Pentacles came out. Let me just further clarify this Two of Wands energy here. Can you work with me, Spirit, to clarify this energy, this Two of Wands energy and this Knight of Pentacles for this Libra full moon for my Librans? Wow. Lots of clarity coming in. If you were undecided, I think that after this full moon, you probably won't be that confused. I mean, you may still have your misgivings, and not misgivings in a way that's like, ooh, I'm not so sure. I think this might be, there may be a way that you're unsure, so you're not offering your king energy in an offering sense, right? We have the Knight of Pentacles. So this could be you making or receiving offers, but really only letting in a Knight of Pentacles energy, not as in a person, but as in the energy of the offer, because the truth is the healing that you're going through. And the real story here is about your clarity, not the size of the offer, if that makes sense. Like there's two stories going on here and it's what's coming in, but I think it's also what you are I just heard what you're allowing yourself to feel, what you're allowing yourself to see, and what you wanted to see too, right? So I think this Knight of Pentacles could be offers coming in, but I'm getting that it's more so, it's like slowing things down is what I'm trying to say, is like you're slowing things down because you don't want to rush. There's a not wanting to rush things. You don't want to go right into a king energy in terms of receiving people's energy. You'd rather start at the knight and then get to know them and then build up to a king, if that makes sense. If we're looking at that kind of energy in terms of pace in a relationship, setting the pace. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I didn't just say that. Goodness. Okay, Spirit, can I get some clarification on this Three of Pentacles, please? Three of Cups, lots of threes. And Six of Wands. Nine of Pentacles. This is great energy. I feel like this is you finding someone who is, not afraid to celebrate your success with you, but who is also genuinely bringing something to the table that's inspiring you and that you're feeling good about. The reason why I say inspiring is these were on the split. So Ace of Wands and Justice. So more Libra energy. You want those? Okay. All right. Okay. But yeah, it's a lot of Libra energy here. And it's not like that's an excellent thing. I think there's a lot of it here. There's two Empress cards and Justice. So I think that this is sort of, it's almost like telling the story of how you sought balance in relationships and how in this full moon, you're kind of understanding the dynamics of how that was and how that came to be. Yeah, Strength card. I think that there's, for at least one or two aspects of a pattern. Five of Swords. A lot of repeat cards here, which tells me that there's extra emphasis on this for you, Libra. Like it's kind of the universe saying and spirit saying like, hey, these are the highlights. Yeah, transformation of these patterns. High Priestess, Tower. Oof. Oh, Ten of Wands though. So yeah, I feel like there's this sense of being done. You're done carrying the weight of everything. You're done carrying the weight of everything. And that's where the imbalance has really occurred. So on the Five of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, and the Empress card, I have the Strength and Five of Swords, which is, it emphasizes Five of Swords. Yeah. This is like, you're not letting people take advantage of you anymore because you're standing in your power. And you're like, no, this is what I will and will not accept. If you're down, great. But if you're not, I can't do anything to help you. I'm not changing myself anymore, right? And we have the Chariot and the Death card. So this is Cancerian and Scorpio energy as well as Leo. So in terms of houses, we have 2nd and 7th with Venus here, 5th house with the Strength card and Leo. The Chariot is also the 4th house, Scorpio, and the Death card is the 8th house. So I feel like it's like once you get that part, this part about the, not letting people take advantage of you and just being over that, like you see it. It's almost like you're clear. You get the King of Swords, you get the Ace of Swords, you see the truth of it. And you're just like, no, I cannot let you take advantage of me anymore. And I think it's this, I almost feel like that's the core imbalance. It's the core imbalance here. There's a transformation that moves you forward, that's for sure. I mean, this is a literal interpretation of the card. There's a transformation that really does end up moving you forward. And I think that there's a knowing that you have about how this is going to shift things for you. And if not shift, then at least shock other people. Because I almost get that you're standing as the High Priestess and you're saying to other people, no, you're carrying your own wands. You're carrying your own wands. I'm done carrying them for you. Like, it's almost like in the past, I'm seeing this as like, in some cases in the 2s or 3s, people may have left you with their wands while they went out to play or something like that. And you were like, how is this my responsibility and my job? And I almost feel like people might not really appreciate that you're setting boundaries again, or in some cases for the first time in ways that are consistent and hold people to their own it's like it calls people into their own strength and power. And the 10 of Wands here tells me that there's a way that you're saying to people, no, those aren't mine. Those are yours. And if you want 10 wands, you can make that what you will of your own journey. But I'm not letting you, pull me into this 5 of Swords energy where I have to debate about my boundaries, where I have to justify my boundaries, where I have to explain them away, all of that stuff. And I think that people may not be the most impressed with this, but I think you're doing this for yourself. And, you're to start and end on the Empress tells me that there's a way that this isn't just about recognizing your value, but it's also recognizing your power. And this is also very, I get this to sort of fertile manifesting is what's coming to mind is these really, I'm thinking about planting season because it's coming to be that time in Southern Ontario, but I'm thinking about how, fertile soil. It's very rich. It's like loam. It's peat moss. All of that stuff mixed in together. This rich, rich, rich soil for manifesting. And I think that you're recognizing that when you stop overgiving, when you stop, and it's not just a matter of overgiving. It's like the reason why I say that is just this 5 of Swords and 6 of Pentacles. That to me strikes me as like people taking from you and I think that the Empress is here just to say no, that's not, I'm disinterested in participating in that pattern anymore. Thank you. And I think the transformation of this is really just your intuition getting so loud that you can't ignore it. So you do make the transformation and move forward. But I think that some people will be a little bit upset that you're not carrying their 10 of Wands anymore. And it was never your job to do that in the first place. It was never your job. Not at all. No. And this doesn't always mean literal burden. Sometimes it can just mean if somebody calls you and instead of saying, hey, are you okay to talk? I'm having a hard day. And I know that it's usually not the case, but I need to have a moment. I need to have 2 minutes of just venting and then I'll be fine. Do you have the capacity and bandwidth for that? And just little things like that where people check in with you to see how you're doing. Or, I think about, friendships where somebody takes all the time. They take your energy, they take your time, that kind of thing. So I think that you're kind of, you're moving past this. And I think it was more so, it may have just been a behavioral thing. This could have also been keeping love out, right? If you're overgiving, it's not about keeping love out because of the behavior. What I'm getting here is that it's keeping love out because your energy is so depleted that you can't really give it to other people or things because it's just not there, right? So this is what I have for you for the Libra full moon. So this is likely releasing and shifting some dynamics that you've been that have been around in relationship. And I think that it's so common, right? It's really common. And I think it's something that it's just as an empath, I know that I have to check in with myself often and say, okay, am I doing this? Am I in this space of overgiving? If I feel really depleted by situations, just because it's in my nature to give, right? And we can say that we'll be surrounded by people who won't do that. And that's true. We can do that to an extent. I think if it's been a pattern though, our inclination will always be to tip towards that. So if we don't have people who feel comfortable saying things to us like, hey, you're kind of in an overgiving space and it's encroaching on some boundaries that I have, or I feel like you're overgiving and it feels like micromanagey. I don't know how conversations like that would even look like. I often make jokes with some of my friends if I feel like they're in that place or if I am. So it's just finding ways to be flexible about that communication. I'm just looking at the Mercury card up here and that communication piece that brings balance back. I can find peace in every breath. So there may be something to meditation here. And I release my need to be perfect and I center into my commitment to serve the world more love. I feel like that's really important. Don't beat yourself up over this stuff. It's just, it's as much as you release patterns, remember to release this need. I'll read it again. I release my need to be perfect and I center into my commitment to serve the world more love. And deep breaths, I think. Deep breaths, Libra. I'm going to pull from the Power of Intention cards by Wayne Dyer. These are like my vintage cards. I've had these for quite a while. Feel good. There was another sign that got that. I don't remember which one. Maybe. Feel good. Say, I want to feel good. When you're tempted to indulge in low energy thoughts, wanting to feel good is synonymous with wanting to feel God. Remember, God is good and all that God created was good. So even if you're just willing, just be willing to see things through a different perspective or lens. If you're tempted to kind of dip into this overgiving or things like that and just say, you know what, this doesn't feel good to me. I want to feel good. What would I do if I wanted to feel good, if I was in that feeling good place? And then just put that out there and then kind of reverse engineer it. But I do think that there's some balance coming in here. And it's important to remember that you are in that Empress energy, my wonderful Librans. If this resonated for you, please like and subscribe. It helps me to grow the channel, which helps me to continue to do this. It helps me to get found in the depths of the YouTube algorithm. But from here, if you'd like to connect with me in other ways, there are other videos, there's other content on the channel, so please do check that out. If this is where we part though, Libra, I do wish you a wonderful Libra full moon. Take care of yourself. Remember, you're the Empress. Treat yourself and care for yourself with the depth and I guess the softness and tenderness that the Empress would. Hold space for yourself through this full moon. I do think it might be a bit of a doozy for you energetically. So ground a lot and just know that I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you and your energy this full moon. All right. So Libra, take care. If this is where we part, have a wonderful full moon. Bye.